Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today we are watching the Dying Light 2 Stay Human Old Gen console gameplay. Wow, that's a mouthful. I haven't seen this yet, but this is 4 minutes of gameplay for the base PlayStation and the base Xbox One, and I'm kind of curious. And I know that some people now ask, why would we watch this? Why do we care? Well, the answer is there's still millions of people out there who are playing on their old gen consoles because they couldn't buy a new one yet, or they are playing on a PC which is not necessarily high end. And we had just too many games in the past, #cyberpunk, which just didn't run well on those old consoles, where they were a shit show. And I think this is a pretty honest way to do this, to showcase to people how it looks, how it runs, what it can offer, and I think that's good. Now, my guess will be relatively blurry, low settings. We will not be able to see that far, and I hope we can keep the 30 FPS up, but we will see. So, let's have a look, shall we? Yes, let's.
Aiden.
So this is apparently the base consoles.
It's beautiful.
It's definitely blurry. Keep in mind though, YouTube compression for 1080p is really bad. It got worse and worse over the years. So yeah, don't read too much into it. Wow. I mean, that looks fluent. Blurry. There's maybe what, 900p, 720p. Okay, that's a PlayStation Pro. That looks not blurry anymore. Keep in mind this video is still in 1080p, but that doesn't look blurry anymore, so that's good. Yeah, runs pretty well. I'm actually impressed by this. Really happy. Looks good. Oh, Xbox. Ooh. That is definitely not 1080p. That is lower. Probably 720p. Oh yeah. It runs well though. it runs well. Like, keep in mind, this is the base Xbox One. Oh yeah, that looks much better. That looks good. Keep in mind, still 1080p. And some big compression. I mean, they're using a good amount of cuts here, so it's a little bit hard to tell how the FPS is keeping up, all things considered.
Fucking Santa Claus. It's not over yet.
Hey.
Oh, uncut? Oh, that's good. Okay, that they are showing now uncut footage is amazing. Looks good to me.
I can't do this anymore.
Again, a bit blurry here and there, but I said that now often enough. Fluent. And you can see actually quite far. I would have not expected that. And he's fast. That's very important. Man, if Cyberpunk 2077 would have been this good when it came out. I keep in mind, I know that everyone is always talking about the disastrous release of the old consoles, but it was also running pretty shitty on the new consoles, and especially the PC, so... Yeah, this is, I would say the Xbox One has lower resolutions than the PlayStation 4. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, it's hard to tell with the YouTube footage here, but it feels like the resolution is lower. But still, easily keeps up the 30 FPS. There are no crazy pop-ins, which is also pretty amazing. Like, I have been looking for pop-ins quite a bit, and I haven't found any yet. I mean, yeah, sure, you can see it on the rooftops a little bit further away, that some things become clearer, but then again, it's like, duh? Like, you can see it right here, right, when he is jumping over here, and you are looking a little bit further away. Like, you can see the pop-ins coming in, but that's like neglectable, at least on my end. The shadows are popping in. Like, you can see it right here when he is jumping, and then you can like see things popping in, but it's like the shadows are just popping in. Man, that's really impressive. Yeah, you can always see it a little bit in the distance, but everything which seems to be in the middle of the screen and is focused seems to be good. Like, again, this is so far really impressive, especially the fighting scenes. And again, the parkour is actually the one which is the most interesting, because this is where you're moving in high speed and the consoles have to keep up, right? They have to keep up the rendering and the surroundings. So that's the moment where it really counts that the console can keep up, and in this case, they both do. I have to admit, I didn't imagine that they're actually showing like an uncut footage here for a while. Yes, it's not the whole game, and we have seen games where there are certain areas which can be broken when it comes to performance. So other areas are fine, but then you have areas where it isn't. But he's moving really fast through the city and through certain areas, jumping, reaching for ledges. Like, that's really good. That's impressive. I hope it can keep it up and there are not any game-breaking bugs. I remember when they showed a little bit of Cyberpunk 2077 old-gen footage, it was of course heavily cut down, and so it wasn't really representative at the time, and we know now why. But even without performance, the game had some crazy issues, right? This one? I see nothing. Like, the fighting looks good, where there is a lot of action going on. And there's a lot of movement. Like, the different lighting settings, especially that they're showing a little bit of the night here, is very interesting. So what a lot of games have problems with, when you have a day and night cycle, and you are in between. You are in the twilight. And when basically like both lighting engines are collapsing on each other and there's much more going on. That's where it gets really interesting to see how it performs. It seems like they are not really showing that here. And even at night, sometimes things can be much more extensive on the hardware when it is dark and you have like a lot of lighting effects coming in to create a scene. So yeah, this is like the twilight here. I would have loved to see this on the old consoles, when there is still the sun out, but we already have some light going on, which can be really taxing. But still, impressive. I know they will not do this, or let's say, no, I don't expect them to do it. But I would love to see some low-end PC performance. Just a bit. Because as I said, not everyone has a high-end PC. Not everyone has like a gamer PC, or like I have content creation PC with like a lot of top-end hardware in it. And I would love to see how it runs on the lower ends. You know, because especially getting a GPU in the last few years, tricky. Yeah. But this was good. I'm impressed. I hope this whole thing will be kept up throughout the game. And if they do, then we have a solid release at our hand. And I would applaud that. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you are on your way out, I would appreciate if you leave a like. If you're also new to the channel, you want to see daily gaming news, reaction videos like this one, where I also take some deep dives on the things they showed, reaction videos to big gaming events which are coming in, and many other things I'm doing here on the channel, I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. Also, if you ever want to catch me live, you can do so from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 AM East Coast time, which is 2 PM UK time and 3 PM Central European time. And you can find me on trovo.live/ChaosMole. And you will also find the link in the video description. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe. Till then.